Miss Annie Cruz.
What was that?
That was my Spanish version of Annie Cruz.
But there's no whatever.
I don't know, but that hurt. That kind of hurt. I'm not gonna lie.
Cruz.
Wow. Cruz. Annie. If you were in the fucking, if you were in Lucha Underground, that's how they would announce you.
Annie Cruz.
Oh,
I don't know, but Vance, how you doing, dude?
Yes, dude, I am just living life, enjoying wrestling, shredding for the wedding. I'm actually
shredding for the wedding.
Now.
I like that. Shredding for the wedding. What are you working out, dude? Lifting them weights?
Look at that. Look at that.
Look at them guns, dude.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Actually, I am working on abs today during this podcast.
Vance, you're sitting in front of me though. So like, I can see you, sitting, right?
Cruz.
I can see you, right? Like you're not doing ab workouts, Vance.
Okay, so here's the thing. I was up pretty late last night and I noticed on the television that they had a product that apparently you can work out without even doing anything. You just sit there, right? So I go on Amazon, I look it up, I find it, I buy it. Presenting how I'm getting a six-pack. The Slender Cone. Dude, this thing hurts so much, bro. Like, you turn up the frequency on it, or the volume, whatever it is, the intensity. Dude,
what does it feel like? Like you're getting zapped, dude?
It feels like this. It feels like
you're getting laser lipo while you're sitting there? Like, what's happening?
It's basically like that, yes. So basically what it does is it takes your stomach and it just goes like this.
Are you sweating in that thing? How long have you had that on, Vance?
Oh, dude, I don't think I've been supposed to wear it this long. I had it on for about an hour and a half now. So
you're supposed to have it on for that long?
15 minutes at a time, but I figured if I do like 6 of them,
oh my God,
six-pack way faster.
It's like those people that are like, I did 1,000 crunches. I'm gonna have abs now.
Yeah. That's exactly it, Cruz.
Fantastic.
This is supposed to be doing this for 15 minutes is supposed to be doing the equivalent of 180 crunches. So I've done.
Well, Vance, please tell me that you took like a before picture, like, okay, this is before.
Okay. So I did forget to do a before picture.
And then like a week from now, see if you,
I'm just going to take this thing off because it is actually, I feel like I'm pregnant. I don't even know.
Are you
what's
sweating?
Going on.
Are you sweating? For an hour and a half, Vance, are you sweating in that thing? Is it wet?
It like sticks to you. It sticks
wet?
to you. So it's got these, you can't see them, but you can kind of see them.
I can see
these little sticky pad things?
Yeah.
These little sticky pad things. They stick and then they fucking shock the shit out of you.
I have a question.
Yes.
So you saw it on TV. So obviously you saw it in an infomercial, right? Then you went on Amazon to get it. You went to Amazon to get it, right? Did you look at the reviews? Did you look at the reviews on Amazon?
No, I did not. I just want to see how fast it could ship.
Dude, every time I buy anything from Amazon, I always look at the reviews to see if
Okay. So I need to start looking at reviews.
Honestly, the only reason why I'm asking, and I'm sorry to cut you off. The only reason why I'm asking is because I'm curious if people posted pictures of like, oh, this is me before I bought this thing. And then this is me 1 week later. And then like, ooh, check out that.
They're probably all people who just like lazy fucks and like, I could just fucking eat a hot dog.
Actually, you know what? That is a good point. That's a valid point, actually, because a lot of people don't realize, you have to be active still to,
But I'm keeping with it.
So you're gonna shredded for the wedding?
That's it.
Shredded for the wedding.
50 days away.
What's next? Shredded for wrestling, Vance? You gonna, turn to the ring?
Well, I'm pretty excited. No, I want to. I'm old. I'm too old now, Cruz. I'm past my prime. I feel like Diamond Dallas Page, but like minus the talent and the girth. Like,
did you just say minus the girth?
Isn't that what he's like a meaty guy? Because he was a bouncer at like 38 and he started wrestling.
So it's true, actually. Yeah. But I mean, look at the wrestlers today, man. There's a lot of them that are like older, right? Speaking of older.
Right, fuck off, Cruz.
No, I'm just saying. It's never too late.
Look at Tully Blanchard.
Everyone keeps telling me, Cruz, when are you going to get in the ring? Yeah, you know what? I don't like using the word old. I like using the word seasoned. Okay. I'm a little too seasoned.
Yeah, but you're seasoned like a piece of barbecue chicken. Like it's like a good seasoning. It enhances.
I don't know how I should take that. I'm seasoned like a barbecue chicken.
Well, because like a plain piece of chicken.
I thought you were going to go somewhere else with that, to be honest. Like seasoning that doesn't get old, because, that's what I meant.
That
or is that a good thing? Or is that a good thing?
I mean,
seasoned chicken? Is that a good thing?
I think I like seasoned chicken. I don't like plain chicken. There might be some serial killers out there who enjoy plain chicken.
Speaking of seasoning, did I even say that right?
Oh,
so,
transition.
Did you watch Blood and Guts this past Wednesday, Vance?
Cruz, not only did I watch Blood and Guts, but I had it on every TV in the house, so my fiance had to watch it too.
Bet she loved that.
What did you think? Oh, she's starting to little bit.
She's coming around.
Britt Baker. She likes Britt Baker.
Really? She likes the doctor.
Together.
She likes the dentist.
Well, I think it's like a Mean Girl thing.
Oh.
I think that's what it is. I'm like, she kind of reminds me of you. And she's like, yeah. So there's that. But let's talk about Blood and Guts. But let's talk about the stuff before the actual Blood and Guts match, because we do have a special guest this week.
We do have a special guest this week. I like to think of him as somewhat of a wrestling historian. What do you think, Vance?
Oh, I totally think so. And I think it's very fitting that in the Blood and Guts match, a lot of people got busted open.
Yeah. We've got a special guest today, guys, from Busted Open Radio and podcast, because they're not only on SiriusXM, but they also have a podcast, which I have done both. I'm sure you guys remember from a couple of years ago, I was a guest on Busted Open Radio on SiriusXM. And more recently, I did the podcast to talk about dating. Like if you're a wrestling fan and how to date. I totally forgot, Vance, you used to be a dating coach as well. How funny is that?
Wow. I haven't
totally
heard Dr. Love.
I totally blanked on that. I was like, wait a minute. We both used to. But anywho, we've got David LaGreca in the house today. He's been on the podcast before, long time ago. And since going over has kind of been, how should I word this, Vance? Reborn? Have we been reborn?
I would say going over has been rebirthed.
We'll roll with
it. Rebirthed.
We'll roll with that. Rebirth.
We respawned. Cruz, we respawn.
Like in a video game? Like in a video game?
Exactly.
Dude, I'm delirious
in the gulag
still.
For a while.
What?
Oh, yeah. By the way, before we go any further, I must hold up my official Simon Eyes cup here. Cheers to you, Cruz.
I got coffee in my cup. Hold on. Cheers.
24 hours in a row of being live on camera.
Yeah, on Twitch. I was streaming on Twitch.
I jumped in.
You jumped in?
I jumped in early in the morning. It was like 6:30 in the morning here. I was like,
was I cooking at that time when you jumped in? I'm pretty sure I was cooking.
You were just about to start breakfast. I think you had just done squats as Slave Leia.
Yeah, I did. I did squats as Slave Leia. That was pretty fucked up.
I think there was that. And then I think you were playing Dead by Daylight. But
yeah. So you caught a couple of things. Thank you.
Oh, I popped in. I just popped in.
It was fun. I lost an entire day because sleep.
I bet. I know. I called you yesterday. Talk to me tomorrow.
I was like, I'll hit you up later. Everybody that tried to hit me up, everyone that tried to hit me up the day when I finished, everybody tried to hit me up, and I was like, yo, I've been up for the last 24 hours. I need to sleep. Hit me up tomorrow. But no, it was a lot of fun. It was my first ever 24-hour stream. It was a lot of fun.
That was your first one, right? So what kind of preparation does one do to get ready for a 24-hour stream? Because you didn't sleep at all, right?
No, I did not sleep at all. And in fact, there was ongoing jokes of like, oh, if you get tired in the middle of your 24-hour stream, you can just like do a sleep stream, because that's a thing where people will like leave their camera on while they're sleeping on Twitch.
That is the creepiest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. So I was like, I don't know about that. But it was just funny because, I didn't know. I've been up 24 hours before in the past, but again, seasoning. I'm a little seasoned now. So
okay.
I literally how I prepared though is that the night before the stream, I made sure to sleep a full 8 hours. So I made sure to go to bed at a decent hour. I made sure to get enough sleep. I even went and did my radio show beforehand. And then 2 hours after my radio show was over, or 3 hours after my radio show was over, I hopped online and I decided to start at 6 p.m. and go into 6 p.m. the next day. I just felt like that was a kind of a sweet spot time to start. But I can't believe I made it, dude. I was totally fine up until the last hour. I started, because, sleep deprivation, when you're up for 24 hours, that's the equivalent to being intoxicated at like 0.10 alcohol. So
wow.
I was like, ooh, I feel kind of high, like by that last hour. And then I pushed through and I surpassed my goal of 500 subs to 800 subs. And
wow.
and I had like a whole list of things, milestones that if I reach certain number of subs, I'll do something, right? I'll do a giveaway, for example. The squats that you saw me do, Vance, that was if I reach 75 subs. If I reach 75 subs, I'll do squats on the squat rack, so on and so forth. And if I told people if I reach 450 subs, I will take a shot of whiskey. And you know me, Vance, I don't really drink. I don't really drink anymore, much less take shots. So, and I didn't think I was gonna.
We hang out.
I didn't think I was gonna make it to 450, to be honest, dude. Much less 800. So I had to do it as a celebratory, shot. So I took a shot, and then I was like,
the last? Was that top tier? That was the top of the pyramid. What
no, the top of the pyramid was at 500 subs. I'm gonna get a tattoo.
Oh.
But then since I reached 800, I had to add 3 more tiers of stuff. So I was like, all right, at 600, I'll take a pie to the face.
Oh boy. I didn't
An
see
actual
that. Can
pie.
we pull that up?
Oh, it's going to happen. At 700, I forgot what I was going to do. And I forgot what I was going to do at 800. I have it written down somewhere. I was like delirious at that point when people were like, oh, maybe at this, you can do this and that. And I'm like, I have no idea. We'll talk about it later. So, but at 500, I put going to get a tattoo. And like I said, did not know I was going to surpass my goals, dude. I even reached my goal less than 3 hours into my 24-hour stream. So that was insane. That was fucking insane.
Cruz, people don't know this, but you will be coming out here at one point to the city of Boston.
Oh yeah.
And I will match your 500 subscribers and we will both get tattoos.
Woo! Are we gonna get like a going over tattoo? No.
Dude, I would love to get a going over some kind of microphone,
or some kind of wrestling tattoo, or something, or like like a microphone.
It has to be a wrestling tattoo.
Yeah, it has to be like some kind of
LaGreca. If LaGreca has any tattoos, or what's the craziest wrestling tattoo he's seen?
Ooh, yeah, we'll talk to him about that when he comes on here shortly.
Because I'm sure dudes go up to LaGreca and they're like, look at my championship fucking winged eagle belt.
Have you seen that one meme? I don't know if it's real or not, but it's like a dude with like a WWE championship belt tattooed on his waist. Have you seen that?
Dude, okay, so that is such a brilliant idea because not only are you the world champion 24/7, 365, but also you're kind of a cultural person because it's a vintage belt. So I agree with that belt. I agree with that tattoo.
Okay.
I don't know if I would get that, but
I would not.
I respect that guy. In fact, I bet that if you look in our background hard enough, I'm looking at our background, by the way. I don't know. I've just been kind of staring. There's some motherfuckers in this background that like, I've seen these people in multiple shows, like multiple wrestling shows. Like the guy, if you look right under my armpit, he's got a little winter hat on. And you can kind of just see his eyes. That's my favorite person in this whole photo. That's and hilarious. Like the mom behind my left hand. You could, if I hold,
wait,
hold on.
The mom, does she have a kid?
Right there.
Yeah. Oh, right there.
You know she's a mom. And you know the sign is blocking her children. She got like 4 kids right here, all the way down.
Oh. You can't see my finger, damn it, but I'm pointing at her too.
I can see it. Yeah.
Man, oh man.
We got some great people in our background. I just noticed that. Anyways, Cruz, let's go back to Blood and Guts. We're getting off topic here.
Oh no, it's totally fine. We need to play catch up for a minute. But so yeah, Blood and Guts. What were your thoughts?
So okay. So we're not gonna talk about the actual Blood and Guts match because I want to save that for LaGreca.
Okay.
But I really enjoyed this episode of Dynamite. I really like the pace of the show. I love the fact that they're bringing in New Japan guys. Like that promo that Mox did, where he said that Yuji Nagata called him like a little boy or something. He's like, you want to call me a little punk ass? You know, Yuji Nagata is like, I never said a punk ass. Like, like it's great. I'm loving Mox and Kingston. I'm loving this tag team. I'm hoping that they kind of take the belts off the Bucks. I love asshole Bucks. Asshole Bucks are my favorite. Fun fact, the outfit that Matt Jackson was wearing, the Hawaiian shirt with the matching pants.
Yeah.
This guy's honeymoon outfit.
Oh my God.
For sure. Oh, dude.
When I saw that, I don't know. You know, it's funny that you say that. I'm not even making this up. It's really funny that you're saying that right now, because when I saw him wearing the Hawaiian bottoms and stuff, the first thing I thought was Vance.
My fiance.
I don't even know.
You have that outfit,
Vance. I couldn't tell you why I thought that, but for some reason, the first thing that came to my mind when I saw that was like, oh, Vance. And I was like, why the fuck did I think of Vance? And you know what? Lo and behold, yeah, that's hilarious.
It all makes sense. Makes sense. I'll probably wear it next week now.
But there is something about asshole Bucks that I feel like is more entertaining to me anyways than like the happy-go-lucky fucking young Bucks, you know?
I don't like face Bucks. I don't like face Kenny Omega.
I don't like face Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega with fucking Michael Nakazawa. Michael Ratings Popper Nakazawa with all his championship gold. Dude. I am loving the fact that they're kind of like Double or Nothing is kind of our thing. I feel like Double or Nothing will always have a special place in my heart.
Oh, absolutely. Cruz. Which funny enough, Vance, is how we met LaGreca as well. Remember?
Yes. In fact, if you look at this photo, it's us with the world's strongest man, Dave LaGreca, and the Incredible Hulk all in one photo.
Yeah, Double or Nothing was a lot of fun, dude. And speaking of that photo and what we've been just talking about, please welcome our guest, David LaGreca from Busted Open Radio and Podcast. Dave, how's it going?
I'm good. How you guys doing? I'm
doing good.
Happy to see you guys together again. I missed you both, so I'm excited about this.
Yay! Awesome. Yeah, we missed each other
so much.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, of course.
What were you gonna say, Vance?
I'm just saying a pandemic and 3,000 miles can't keep us apart, Cruz.
No.
How you guys doing with everything with the pandemic? I mean, I've been able to kind of check in with Annie every once in a while, but how are you doing, Vance?
I'm doing good. I mean, I just might alienate viewers or whatever, but like I'm fully vaxxed. Like everything's kind of back to normal here. You know, my business isn't really super affected by it. And I just got my tickets to my first AEW show for September. So I'm pretty stoked. Cool. Stuff's coming back.
Nice.
How are things on your end as far as like things being open and stuff? Because you're in Jersey still, right?
Yeah, Jersey's pretty much just about to start opening up. We've been on shutdown almost since the beginning back in March of 2020. But they're just starting to open things up. I'm fully vaccinated as well. I mean, I was in Texas last weekend, so that's
nice.
You know, so man, I'm ready to rock. I'm ready to go. I miss being around people. I miss going out to dinner. I mean, everything's been shut. Like I haven't gone out to dinner or anything.
See, that's crazy because I didn't realize you guys were fully shut down still. Like I thought we had it pretty bad in California. Well, in Southern California, because people in LA are stupid.
You guys had it the worst.
We had it the worst.
Absolute
worst. We had 3 lockdowns. We had 3 separate lockdowns. We had the initial one from back in March of 2020. And then again, I think like October, November, I can't remember when, but yeah, it was like 3 different lockdowns. And then, now we're finally slowly reopening back up, but there's still places where you can't go inside to eat. Like they're like, oh, we're only doing takeout. So it's like, it's still kind of but surviving still,
Try planning a wedding during this.
Oh yeah, Vance is getting married. Dave.
Oh, maybe that's a sign.
Vance is getting married. He's getting married in what, July?
Next thing the world shuts down.
Well, you were originally supposed to get married last year, right?
No, so we never really had like a date. So I proposed in the middle of the pandemic last year because
that's right. Mm-hmm.
So in Boston, they got this thing called the North End, and it's like Little Italy.
Mm-hmm.
And during the pandemic, everything was outdoor dining. So they set up like all kinds of tables. The streets were shut down. So it was very like Italian. So obviously that's where I proposed, over the Italian streets. And we didn't really plan anything. Yeah, it was. And then, the whole thing happened, and, I'm old. And like, I just want to.
Seasoned, Vance. We don't use the word old. Seasoned.
Whatever, Vance.
Seasoned. Oh, come on.
You're talking to somebody that's like 20 years older than you. So,
Dave, it's all a fucking Instagram filter. But yeah, so we decided that, let's do it 1 year from when we got engaged. So next month, we got like 45 people coming, very, very small, intimate.
Yeah, very
family.
Intimate.
Yeah.
Because I was supposed to go to that. Not happening now.
Obviously.
I'm only half vaccinated. Getting my other half later.
And you'll be fine.
Right? Yeah. I mean,
exactly.
Now that everybody's able to get it, because out here in California, I know it's been different all across the country, but they only just allowed ages 16 and older to get the vaccine as of like April. I forgot when, but it's just a couple weeks ago. So it wasn't even that long.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's why I was only able to get my first shot last week, actually. So I get my second one at the end of May. So crazy times, man. Crazy times. But
so
slowly
insane.
but surely we'll be opening back up again. I definitely miss, going to a live show. We were just talking before you came on, Dave, about how we met you at Double or Nothing, and that's kind of like mine and Vance's sting now. We wanted to specifically talk today about war games. Cage matches of the past and whatnot. What were your thoughts on, and I feel like this is so appropriate because of, Busted Open, of all the things that went down at Blood and Guts. But what were your thoughts on Blood and Guts this past week?
I loved it. I loved the match. I thought the match was fantastic. And it's unfortunate because a big topic on Busted Open, and I'm sure you guys have probably discussed it too, is just that camera angle that they chose to use when Jericho was thrown off the top of the cage by MJF. It's so, man, it hurts my head that that's what we're talking about, but
dude,
awful. It was just an awful camera angle. And I thought the match was great. I thought the story was fantastic. I thought it was an iconic image of MJF with that crimson mask on top of the
amazing.
Everything was perfect. But instead of using that wide range shot from afar to make that fall look bigger than life, they chose to use something which was really close up on that crash pad. So it didn't seem like it was that big of a fall when it was an 18-foot fall.
Yeah, that was a pretty high fall.
He's 55. He's like 55 years old, too.
Yeah, I mean, like he's 50.
This ain't Jeff. 55. This ain't like
he's not 55, Vance.
Yeah, he's not 55, but like the shot, like that was a legit long fall, and it didn't seem because of the shot they used, and it was like a close up of him falling on that crash pad, and you could tell that it was like cardboard and not metal.
Yeah.
If they used just a different viewpoint, which I hope, man, for replays or any kind of like on.
Yeah, they have it. They must have it.
I hope they use like a different angle than the one they chose to use Wednesday night. But that being said, I thought the match was fantastic.
Yeah, I thought it was a wonderful match as well too.
Yeah.
It's funny because you're talking about camera angles, because Vance was mentioning earlier how like all the weird cuts as well, like oh, we're gonna
The
go picture in
commercial
picture.
breaks, the picture, like I understand the logistics of going through this for a live event, because you know how they basically did the one match for the people that were there.
Yeah.
But those commercial breaks, like it came back, people were busted open. It came back, they're on top of the cage. It was just infuriating to watch. I don't know if you watch if the regular TNT feed, but I guess the Fight TV feed or whatever showed most of it. But
yeah, because there's no commercials when you watch like stuff on Fight TV and at least I don't think. I don't remember. I don't think so. But
I don't know. It's funny because
I wish they would have kind of been able, and I don't know if they're even were able to do this or if this was an option. Just backload all the, like in the first hour, just have maybe vignettes, a couple matches just leading up to that. And that's when you have, and then have that match commercial free. I mean, we've seen NXT do that, so it would have been kind of cool if AEW was able to do that Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was just an amazing match. It wasn't, you know what I loved about it? It wasn't a spot fest like the NXT War Games. Like it was all about the story. It was all about the brutality, the botches. Like the botches fit right into it, you know? When Sammy Guevara took that dive, I was like, holy shit.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
I thought Sammy Guevara was the MVP of that match.
By far.
I thought he did a
Jake Hager.
job.
Jake Hager. I never thought I would say I would love to see Jack Swagger in like a War Games match, but it's unbelievable the brutality that they showed in that match. Like it really reminded me of like the NWA, the WCW War Games, where it was a fight.
Which is kind of where
of a fight.
And that's like the OG War Games match came from, which is what we wanted to talk about today. Is there any match of the past, David, that you can remember that you thought was probably just as brutal, or one that's like a must see if you're a fan of that type of brutality in wrestling?
Are you talking about any kind of cage match or War Games in general?
Vance?
Let's start with War Games.
Okay, we'll start with War Games first, and then we'll go into
Well, I mean, the 92 War Games, that's usually for Wrestle War with Sting and Barry Windham. And like that one's like regarded as one of the greatest ever. I really love the original War Games with the Road Warriors and against the Four Horsemen. Like that to me was like, that was the original from 87. So that's always the one that I kind of go back to as like, for me, the foundation that kind of set the tone for all War Games to follow. So probably the 92 War Games or that original one from the Great American Bash in 87.
Is the 92 the one with Pillman?
The 92, let me just bring it up really quick.
Which one's the one where Pillman's like flying all over the place?
Well, the one
I say it was against the Four Horsemen. I feel like the Four Horsemen were in
the one in 92.
It was the Dangerous Alliance against Sting Squadron was the one in 92.
Okay.
So that's
Sting Squadron
regarded as like the
that's the one with the Steiners.
I mean, so it was you had Sting, Nikita Koloff, Dustin Rhodes, Steamboat, and Barry Windham against Arn Anderson, Bobby Eaton, Steve Austin, Larry Zbyszko, and Rick Rude.
Right. That's where Austin gets busted open early.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I guess I know what we're watching, Vance, or I'm watching.
I know. I was telling Cruz. I go, Cruz. War Games started before NXT
because I feel like I've told you this already, Dave. But like as a kid, I watched some wrestling with my uncles and stuff like that. But then as I got into high school and then got older, I kind of drifted from watching wrestling. And then as I became an adult, I slowly got back into it again. So there's like a whole chunk of stuff that I missed all through that period. And, which is why Vance and I have decided to do, which we initially wanted to do this a long time ago. So we're kind of doing something new here at Going Over called Going Over Goes Vintage, where we allow our guests to pick, depending on what the topic is. And obviously we're talking about War Games today, get to pick a classic match that I get to watch and review here specifically for Going Over Goes Vintage. So I think that might have to be the one, right, Vance?
I mean, I would love for you to watch any old WCW pay-per-views, like before the Bischoff era.
Yeah. it's either really good or really bad.
It's so like some of the stuff is just fascinating. Like, but it's so innovative. Like looking back today, like even if you look at like not Extreme Rules, uncensored, they're uncensored pay-per-views. Like they had a lot of like really innovative and great ideas on these shows that are still used today. So, and I could tell that AEW has major influence from that generation of WCW.
Yeah.
So you would pick up on a lot.
Yeah. But if you're talking brutality, Annie, like for me, if like those are the war game picks, go to 87 Great American Bash and the 92. Those two war game matches, I think, are ones that you should watch. But if you're looking for sheer brutality, and this is where we could get into a long discussion, so we can go to some of those, death matches in Japan and stuff like that. I'll have to give it to you. I got it right here.
Hey, I love it.
Matches.
King of the death match, baby.
Yeah, like those matches take brutality to another level.
Give me the brutality. That's what I want.
Yeah, so FMW death matches. They're actually the second part of this season of Dark Side of the Ring. They're going to do a whole episode on FMW and those death matches from Japan.
With Onita?
Yeah, with Onita, and he's like the godfather of the death match. So I
love it.
Onita death matches. The company's called FMW. And Annie, like when you hear death match, especially here in the States, you think, all right, CCW, 500 people in attendance. Those events in Japan for FMW would do like 40, 45,000. Like they did stadiums for those death matches. So it's like, but those took like brutality to another level. But if you're going to go for mainstream, there's two matches that you should see. And they go back to what Vance is just saying about WCW. This is going a little bit early with Starrcades. The first original Starrcade pay-per-views when it was still the NWA. Starrcade 83, the Roddy Piper, Greg Valentine dog collar match. And if you saw the Roddy Piper A&E bio, they did a whole segment on that match. That match is brutal. And it's old school. It's great. And Starrcade 85, the Magnum TA Tully Blanchard I Quit match is amazing.
I feel like you told me about that one, Vance. I feel like that's one that you told me about that I should definitely check out. So
I'm a big Magnum TA Mark.
I need to do a reaction video still to a really brutal death match. So I'm looking forward to doing that.
I'll tell you, I just watched that Roddy Piper documentary like 2 days ago. That is one of the, I love the A&E biographies now.
No, like, they're great.
Unbelievable. That Roddy Piper one is unreal.
Did it make you cry, dude? Did it make you cry?
Dude, I got so emotional watching it.
I mean, you know?
Because we used to hang out at the Comedy Store all the time, Roddy. All the time.
Yeah, he did.
He was
out here
always out there.
In Hollywood, yeah.
I met him with Tony and a bunch of guys, and like he was just a bad motherfucker. Like you could tell that this guy just like he's a tough guy. Like it was crazy.
He is a tough guy.
Story.
It's funny because that you say that he's a tough guy because, you know, my co-host from my other podcast, Wrestle Fetish, he knew Roddy Piper and he was saying how this dude had a broken neck. I think it was a broken neck, and he was driving and didn't realize that his neck was broken or something. And they're like, dude, you need to go to the hospital. Was it the collarbone? I don't know why I said neck, but yeah, I mean, still like, you know, when you have a broken bone and to just be like, like, dude, go to the hospital. That's insane. But yeah.
Dave, have you seen the upcoming Dark Side of the Rings?
Yeah, I saw. Did you guys watch the Pillman one last night?
No,
I haven't
need
watched
to catch
the second
up.
part yet.
I gotta catch up. I gotta catch up.
So depressing. It's
man.
It's like
I wasn't ready, man.
Depression. And I gotta I'm gonna kind of disagree with you guys on one thing though. I loved the Stone Cold Piper A&E bios. I'm sorry, I thought the Randy Savage one was awful, and I
didn't see the Randy Savage.
I didn't see that one either.
I had a real problem with the Savage
I heard
one.
It was very exploitive. It was very I haven't.
I mean, I'm
watched
not
it yet
surprised
myself.
if that was the case, but yeah, that kind of sucks. Yeah.
And it was because the Stone Cold one was just completely focused on like his rise in the wrestling world and his pro wrestling career. Same thing with Piper. It talked about his childhood, but mostly about his career. Not a lot of the, outside the ring stuff.
The personal stuff.
The second hour of the Savage documentary just completely ripped the guy apart. I completely rip his career apart. And they spent like 20 minutes on Gorgeous George, who is like a part of his career for like a cup of coffee in WCW. And I really had a problem with that one. It made him look like a monster. And I was completely the opposite than what they did with Stone Cold and Piper.
I gotta watch that one now.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Or don't watch.
Or don't.
It sounds like he's saying it's not worth it, Vance.
I'd rather just cry tonight and watch the Pillman doc. Dude, the first episode. I don't know how these Dark Side of the Ring guys get the people that they get to interview and find the people, but like his second wife, is it his
second wife? Yeah.
It's heartbreaking to watch her talk about him. Like, it's unbelievable how deep they go with these people, that they're able to elicit these emotions out of these people. Because when everybody thinks of wrestling, they don't think of that. They don't think of the emotion. They don't think of, these guys are cartoon characters to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So to see a human aspect to it and dive so deep into it, I can't wait to watch part 2. I only get a few hours of wrestling a week.
Vance is an adult now. All of a sudden,
we'll keep it down. We'll keep it down. No, but it's really like, it's kind of what you just talked about, and the fact that you see that other side. But even watching her, like, she was a model, and like drugs and alcohol completely.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it's so sad.
She looks completely different than she did, 20 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's really sad, and how the family feels about her. It's really rough to watch. It's very tough to watch.
I'm excited for like a lighthearted Dark Side of the Ring. Like, I think that the plane ride from hell.
Did you just say lighthearted? Did you just say lighthearted?
Like, where's the light side of the ring?
Vance, it's called Dark Side of the Ring.
I get it, Cruz.
But that's why I didn't like the Randy Savage bio, because Dark Side of the Ring, you know what you're getting. You know that this is going to be, and Dark Side of the Ring, I thought did a great job in season 1 with Elizabeth and Randy Savage. It was the Elizabeth and Savage relationship. Like, these A&E bios are supposed to be the celebration of their careers.
Yeah,
and like,
absolutely.
That second one, I think it was even more tabloidish, if that's a word.
Wow.
Than the Dark Side of the Ring episode. It's like really National Enquirer.
That's so weird too, when you look at like the other ones that they've put out, and the other ones were great, and then you got this one and you're like, wait, what am I watching? Is this like another episode of Dark Side of the Ring? But like you're saying, a little bit more tabloid-y, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah.
Has Lonnie said anything about this episode? Was he interviewed or anything? I haven't seen it. Okay.
He was in it. Like, they have like Bubba the Love Sponge is in it, and that guy is, all over the place. And a lot of Hogan and him didn't get along. So it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's very, very negative,
very one-sided,
very critical.
Well, that's kind of shitty, because it almost sounds it sounds like it's very, very one-sided, almost like. It's almost like when you do something and you're like, is there someone there in production that doesn't like him? Like, why did they do it like this,
Well, that's like a lot of people are talking about, because Randy Savage and Vince McMahon, obviously things did not end on a very sour note.
Right.
So and it took forever for them to put Savage in the Hall of Fame. Obviously, it was years after he even passed away, where he should have been in years before he
a long time ago.
So,
with Hogan.
Yeah, I mean, he's like one of the greatest iconic WWE superstars of all time.
Everybody knows Macho Man. Like, you go anywhere and people know Macho Man. Like, it's kind of, he really did get the bad end of the deal there, but I don't know. Now I gotta, I don't know. I have to check it out now.
It's like, I'm gonna watch it, even though
you might think differently. You and Annie might watch it and think, what? I don't think it's as bad as they say. I mean, Watch it and tell me what you think. I'm interested to hear your guys' opinion.
To be fair, not to be fair, I can understand, even though I haven't watched it, because as someone that has agreed in the past to do like interviews and stuff, sometimes people do exploit other people. Like, you think you're doing something, whether it's for a good cause or, oh, I'm doing this documentary. And then, you sign all the paperwork. And then the next thing you know, the documentary comes out and you're like, oh my God, they edited everything I said to make me look like an asshole. You know what I mean?
Seriously,
so it's like,
yeah.
It could be easy. It could be something like that or a combination of different things. So I can totally empathize with people that were a part of it, that were, like in it, that probably didn't realize it was going to come off the way it did, I guess.
I think Eric Bischoff, who was in it, actually has come out publicly and said that he was not a fan of the way it came out. So
yeah, see, exactly. Yeah. And I know exactly how he feels, because I've been in that position before where I'm just like, that's why I'm very, very picky with who I agree to talk to now.
Well, I hear you.
But
so the A&E thing, is that a WWE produced thing? Because I never knew A&E was working with WWE.
It's directed and produced by, like, I guess, people that are involved with A&E, but the WWE is involved. Like Vince McMahon is interviewed in all the episodes.
Yeah.
WWE's behind it. They're promoting it. There's a team. It says WWE producers and a team of producers that I guess were, they have to okay it or involve some. They're involved somehow in.
Well, did you see the one with Mick Foley, Vance? The one with Mick Foley where they did like the treasure hunt for all the different. Did you see that one at all?
The
David?
most wanted, the treasure.
Yeah, like the treasure. Yeah, that one's separate, but that's a separate series.
But like, so that's not even a part of that. But I know it was on A&E, and Vince McMahon. Vince was in it, and so was his daughter Stephanie McMahon was in it, and so was Triple H, where they were like being interviewed, and they even did a bit with Mick Foley and Vince in his office to kind of recreate, because Stephanie McMahon told Mick, he was like, if you can find, I can't remember what it was. I think it was the original sock puppet or whatever.
He's like, Socko.
He was like, if you can find the original, I think that's what it was, but it was something. She's like, if you can find the original of this, then we can recreate that scene in the hospital. And so then he comes into the office, and Vince is just kind of like, what's going on?
Oh my God.
But
that is freaking funny. Dude, the opening of the Roddy Piper one with Vince on the phone with Roddy, I was like, oh, this is gonna go there.
That was kind of odd, right? That was a little that was weird.
He questioned Vince's complete sanity, though. Like, now I kind of see why the booking's going that way in WWE.
Oh yeah. All you have to do is watch 3 hours of Raw, and you can understand how things are off tilt.
Seriously. It's also like Groundhog Day. I feel like every week is the same Raw from the week before.
Show I've ever seen. Like it's
I can't
Monday
watch
Night
it.
Raw is without a doubt the worst wrestling show I have ever seen.
Which is so. What were you gonna say, Vance?
So Raw's terrible. Like Raw hit a all-time low.
Well, and it used to be a great show back. I mean, like, I don't know how many years back I want to go.
When Heyman was in charge. That was the last time.
Well,
it was
before
like a year ago. A year ago, I thought it was good.
Yeah.
It's I don't know what it is, but the contrast between a Raw and a SmackDown shouldn't be that much. It's
so beyond work. And NXT, like NXT's here.
Oh yeah.
SmackDown's right around here, and then Raw's like
at the very bottom.
It's way down there.
And I love how they're trying to pitch NXT like, oh, the Monday night lead-in.
Yeah, you got the weakest lead in it. And it's like you look at like what they've done to what they've done to Shayna Baszler, what they've done to Rhea Ripley. Mm-hmm. Like you got to pull your hair. I don't even know what Rhea Ripley is. I don't know if she's a face or a heel.
I know that's the number one question that I'd like to know.
Every week they jump. Every week everything changes.
It's like one minute you're like, oh, she's a face.
Business, then they brought the Hurt Business back because everyone like.
Same with Retribution. Remember when Retribution was done and then they're like, oh, wait.
What a waste of talent that is.
And then they lose the masks and you're like, all right, it's going to be, Dominic Dijakovic and and Matt Dio Madden, and they're still using Mason T-Bar. Like, it's ridiculous.
It's weird. It's like, what is happening right now?
Dude, I just feel bad for Shane Thorne. Shane Thorne's so good, and they got him stuck under this stupid hocky mask, and he doesn't even know what the hell to do.
And
what happened to his partner?
When he had the mask, the hockey mask on, he's got everybody's punching him in the face. They're like, why are you punching him in the face? He's wearing a hockey mask. Like, that makes no sense at all.
So, Dave, let me ask you. So, there's a lot of wrestling on now during the week.
A lot.
What's your number one show that like you must see? What's your must see television?
Well, to go back to the first part, it's only like a question of time when Violetta, my wife, is like, all right, this is over. I mean, seriously, like,
does she watch anything with you? She must.
She tries. But it's hard. Sometimes she tries, and sometimes she just gives Raw. Forget it. Like Raw, like damn it. But like Tuesday and Wednesday nights are like Raw's rough. It's like I can probably do things while I'm watching Raw.
That's what I do now. I do homework while I have Raw in the background.
Yeah, you don't have to give 100% to Raw.
Oh, yeah, they're not.
No, like I'm probably giving more.
Why the hell should I?
Yeah. NXT, I'm zoned in. AEW on Wednesdays, I'm zoned in. Thursday with Impact and now Dark Side of the Ring, it's rough. And then SmackDown being on a Friday night and I don't have a show until Monday, I can kind of spread that out over like a Saturday morning and a Sunday night. So that's pretty much my schedule. I still watch MLW. I make time. I usually watch that like the morning after, before the show, and the same thing with NWA. Because it's impossible to watch everything in the moment. It's like
you can't.
Yeah, you can't. You can't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. Even with like now they're bringing Aztec Underground, like I'm fucking like another wrestling show.
I know.
Like I never thought I'd be saying another wrestling show.
And it's all
Who are you, Vance?
When I was a kid, like I'm old enough. Like when I was a kid, wrestling was on either in the morning or late at night. Like, there was no wrestling on, 8 p.m. There was no primetime wrestling. Like everything was really late at night, like 11 o'clock, midnight, or early on a Saturday or Sunday morning. And now everything's like on prime time. Everything's, 8 p.m. It's just a completely different world, which is great. But at the same time, it's like you can't consume all that wrestling. And then we're not even talking about like New Japan.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
Everything else. So.
Or NWA.
I know. Or, even like I used to tape like on the Spanish channels, like CMLL and AAA and stuff like that. Like that's like stacked up on my DVR. Like that's like.
I believe it.
I know that it was tough when NXT and AEW were on at the same time on Wednesdays, because it was like, luckily for me, I'm on the West Coast, so I would have to go onto the TNT network and do East Coast so I could watch it while everybody on the East Coast was watching it. And then when NXT went live on the West Coast, I would just watch that. But it was like how many hours of wrestling, like all in one night where I'm like, oh man. And then they moved to Tuesday. So I was like, okay, this kind of lessens it, but still there's so much wrestling.
That's just another night that you have to watch wrestling.
Yep.
Exactly.
I hate to say I have to watch it because for the most part, with the exception of Monday night, all the shows I really, really like. Just Monday night, like I always say, I don't get paid to do the show. I get paid to watch Raw. Like that's what I get paid for. Doing the show I do for free. It's watching Raw that SiriusXM pays me all that money.
It's unbelievable. It's kind of unbelievable how like Monday Night Raw is the show that like we're like we can't, like it's crazy.
Well, remember when Raw was the better show? Like, I mean, NXT has always been
Raw was the best show for a long time.
But like between Raw and SmackDown, anyways, I would always be like, dude, Raw was way better than SmackDown. And like, now I'm like, oh God, why? I can't even pay attention to this anymore. So it's just background noise.
Like, and I'll be honest with you, like I don't even know what it would take to make that show better. Like the amount of people they have on the roster.
I think it would be an easy fix. I think the talent is there. I really do. Like, you look at the main event scene with Lashley and McIntyre and MVPs with Lashley. MVP is awesome. Like they have a lot of talent on that show, but I mean, I swear, if I have to watch Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler against Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke, I mean, no offense, like I mean, I'm not a wrestler, but Dana Brooke, that's a tough watch. I mean, Dana Brooke's a tough watch. That's a tough watch. Like,
do you think
I've
that the
never
reason
seen a wrestler like, I'm gonna do somersaults and cartwheels to land on my feet and then hit you with a forearm, and then she goes back, does all the cartwheel, somersault, jump in the air, land on my feet, forearm. What? What are you doing? You got Charlotte Flair up against the turnbuckles. You run to the other side of the ring, cartwheel, somersault, jump in the air, fall on your feet, punch to the face. Like, what are you doing?
I don't get why Nia Jax gets so much screen time. I don't understand it. Like, are they trying to get The Rock for WrestleMania? And he's like, use all my cousins? Like, what's going on?
And here's the thing. I like Nia Jax before she teamed up with I love Shayna Baszler before she teamed up with Nia Jax.
Oh, yeah, same.
And typical WWE, Mandy Rose slips, which that's...
Well, yeah. How many times are they going to keep rewinding and
like that?
repeating?
They show it every week. And then Nia...
It's overkill.
And Nia falls off the apron, and Nia falls on the way to the ring. Then they put water
or
on
she
it.
injures somebody. Or
like, and I've never seen that. They had a puddle, and she slips on a puddle, and she falls face first. Like, who's ever like slipped on a puddle and fallen face? That doesn't happen. It defies all laws of gravity. Fall on your ass. Like, I just don't. The same joke over and over again. And Nia's the heel, and she's the one that's slipping and falling and being made fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Raw is it's just such a mess that, like, it's honestly like when you get into Tuesday and watch NXT, it's like, this is wrestling.
Like,
This is wrestling. This
and then Wednesday,
wrestling.
yeah.
So, Andy, to answer your question that you asked at the top of the interview, brutal. You want to watch brutal wrestling? Monday Night Raw, 3 hours. That's brutality. That's brutality.
Well, mental brutality as opposed to physical brutality.
Yeah.
Cruz, your next subathon, right? You need to watch a Monday Night Raw for 3 hours.
Everyone's just gonna get my reaction the whole time, and I just did a 24-hour stream this past Monday, Dave. And I'm surprised that I'm still alive right now, to be honest. But
so
if
how
you
do you do that? Like, how do you do a 24-hour stream?
Lots of coffee.
But what about like you got to take bathroom breaks and stuff? What do you put like a cardboard?
So what I do, I have different. I have different screens that signify. Okay. So like if I'm gonna BRB or I have intermissions, and then it has, and then when I do my intermissions,
yeah,
I want a cardboard Cruz.
That would be really funny. Actually, you know what? Now I want to make a cardboard me so I can just put it in my chair. Because normally when I leave my station, I put up a screen with my dog camera so people can just enjoy my dog while I'm in the bathroom. But I also mix it up, so I'm not always sitting. So I did cooking streams. I even did back squats dressed up as Slave Leia because it was I was doing a bit because
that's what I walked into.
Yeah, Vance jumps in. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like, "I have to do it for the people, man."
I'm like, "Oh boy, I thought this was video games."
Good times.
Hey, you're for the people. You're for the fans. I give you credit.
Yeah, it was fun though. I'm not gonna do that again for a while, a long while, but it was definitely a lot of fun. Did
you sleep at all? Did you take a nap or did you sleep?
So when I finished, I was like, man, I'm so tired. I'm gonna pass out. It took me a while to fall asleep, but then I fell asleep and then I would wake up an hour later. And I'm like, and I would like, when I would wake up, I'd be like, oh, how long did I sleep for? An hour? So I'd go back to sleep, wake up an hour later. And then this happened like 3 times where I went to sleep and woke up every hour. So finally, because I ended my stream at 6 p.m. on Tuesday. So 6 p.m. slept until like, I don't know, like 9 o'clock. And I finally decided I can't sleep. This is so annoying. So I got up and I started cleaning because I figured I might as well sleep at the time that I normally would sleep, which is like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. And then that way I can sleep all the way until the morning and then kind of reset my clock. Because I think my body was just like, what are you doing to yourself? So I think my body was confused. So when I did that, I cleaned a little bit, tried to tire myself out. I finally went to bed at 1 a.m, and then I slept until the next day. And now I'm like, okay, still felt kind of weird the next day, but that was just because, my immune system was probably kind of screwed up a little bit from being up for so much. But now I think, this was a couple days ago. So now I'm like, I'm a little bit back to normal now.
Okay. All right.
At least I think so.
You seem normal, Cruz.
Yeah,
do I seem normal?
You seem on point. You seem on point.
You seem
Up in my
way
step.
on point.
But I kind of did something. I mean, I'm used to getting up early. I've done morning radio now for 20 years, so I'm used to getting up really early. Even now, it's a lot easier because I'm working from home.
Right.
But when I last weekend I was out in Texas because I did an event with Thunder Rosa last weekend.
Love her.
So I got back from the event and I had a 6 a.m. flight the next day, but I was so jacked up I couldn't fall asleep, and so I really went almost like a full 24 hours without really getting any kind of sleep. So and then I got on a plane and I can't sleep on a plane.
See, that was the problem.
Same.
I can't do it. So I'll doze off for 30 seconds and then I pop back up. Did you see me get brutalized by Thunder Rosa?
Vance. What did you do? And I'm just kidding.
So I saw a brief clip of it on YouTube, but I feel like there's more to it, Dave. Because
there's more. I mean, first of all, Thunder Rosa's got issues. She's got issues. She has a problem. She has a problem with telling the truth, and she's not the most. Just here, let me tell you the whole story. I'm going to tell you the story.
I want to hear your side. Yeah,
I want to hear this side. Yeah.
Here's the thing. It's not my side. This is the truth. I'm going to just tell you the truth of what happened.
Okay.
So I'm a big Thunder Rosa fan. She's been on Busted Open many, many times throughout the years. We had her on before even her coming to the NWA and long before AEW and all that stuff. So I do a every year, right after the Royal Rumble, all the way up to WrestleMania, I do a WrestleMania t-shirt challenge. So every day I wear a different wrestling shirt, and it spans 70 days. And every day I wear a different wrestling shirt. Now I sent her a Dave LaGreca girl t-shirt, which I sent to you, Annie, and you have it. So I said, and she came on the show and she was like, I got your shirt. I'm going to either wear it on AEW Dynamite on Wednesday, and if I don't, I'm going to wear it on the NWA pay-per-view Back for the Attack. So I'm like, cool. So I watch AEW, no Dave LaGreca girl t-shirt. And then I watch the pay-per-view and no Dave LaGreca girl t-shirt on a pay-per-view. So she said she was going to do it. She didn't do it. So she lied, right? Am I fair in saying that? Okay.
That falls under liar, yes.
Yeah, that's lying.
That's lying. Okay. So now, again, every day I got to wear a different wrestling shirt. So I have 4 Thunder Rosa shirts. So 4 different days I wore a Thunder Rosa t-shirt. One of these random 70 days, I wore a Britt Baker t-shirt. And she goes off on me for wearing a Britt Baker t-shirt.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, I mean, it's one day out of 70 I wear a Britt Baker. So then we had a party for WrestleMania. We had our annual WrestleMania party. Unfortunately, because of everything going on, it was virtual instead of being at a sports bar. She pops on. Then she decides to wear the Dave LaGreca girl t-shirt. She tears it off and wipes her ass with my t-shirt. Okay?
Oh my God.
So I said, I want an apology. So we set up this whole thing where I had to fly. This is just this past weekend. So it's not even a week ago.
Yeah,
I had to fly out to Buda, Texas. And Texas is just there's no rules in Texas.
Texas don't give a fuck.
Everything's open over there and shit.
Yeah, everything's come on in, take up,
It's normal.
yeah. So I go over to Buda, and I've been for the last 14 months of my life been stuck in this room.
Lockdown.
Yeah, I completely locked down. I don't even go out. I send my kids to go to the grocery store. I don't even leave the house. So then I go to Buda, Texas. I demand my apology. Now, Mission Pro Wrestling, which is great. Mission Pro Wrestling has a great roster of women. They're awesome. But this was their biggest box office event ever in their history. Number one, the most streams to Title Match Network in their history. Okay. So I asked for 4 words from Thunder Rosa. I wanted, and I'm sorry for what she did, lying to me, tearing my t-shirt. And then I wanted to thank you for drawing the biggest house that Mission Pro Wrestling's ever had. So let me ask you, is that too much to ask for after all those things you did? That too much to ask for?
The fact that you went to Buda, Texas?
All the way to Buda.
Where the fuck is Buda, Texas?
I still don't know where it is. I still don't know where it is. So and she not only did she not thank me, not only did she not say I'm sorry, she physically abused, beat the shit out of me.
Girl,
she hit me.
Well, so I had no idea.
She hit me from behind. Then she took my head and banged it into every turnbuckle. She chopped me. She ripped off my shirt, chopped me. I got scars and bruises. Still weak leg. She punched me in the stomach. Go back and watch it. She does a running drop kick on me.
That's the clip I saw.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Drop kick.
That's the clip with the drop kick. Yep.
Andy, I'm gonna send you the whole segment.
Please send me the whole thing, because that's the only thing I saw too.
Vance doesn't trust me, so I don't have his number. But he's afraid I'm gonna send him messages all night.
Send it to you, and you can just send him funny photos, and then
you know how many
make him
times
guess
I
who it is.
change my number, Dave.
So there you go. So I'll send it to you, and you watch it, and you tell me.
Okay, that's a done deal. I will totally watch. Yeah. Okay. Damn, man. Well, now we know the truth, Vance.
Thunder Rosa has always scared me, though. I gotta be honest with you.
She's frightening.
Tough girl.
I'm not lying. She beat the hell out of me. Really, she did a job on me. But I still was able to walk out of the ring and be on the air Monday and do my show Monday morning. So
you still have, and you have battle scars from that, right? You were saying.
Oh, Andy, I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna
send them. I want to see.
And I'm gonna send you pictures of my chest when she was done.
Oh my God!
It was pretty brutal.
Okay, but the bigger question here is, after all of that, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever get your apology?
Nope, I didn't get my apology. And I didn't get my thank you.
I'm like, man. Because if it were me, I would have been like, not to you, of course, David, but if I were her, I would have done all that and then been like, okay, I'm sorry.
No.
God damn.
That's Cruz with every apology, though.
I'm going to say this.
Thanks, Vance. Thanks.
Vance, and I'm saying this to you, Annie. It's not over. I'm not a wrestler.
He said it right here.
I'm going to be 50 in July. So I'm not like an athlete. Look at me. I mean, I'm going to be 50. I'm an old man. I will have my revenge on her. I'm plotting out something.
Wow.
I'm plotting out something. Something's gonna happen. Don't worry. I will.
Dave's opening the forbidden door.
Yeah, I'm opening up. I'm definitely. I don't know if it's the forbidden door, but I'm opening it, and I'm gonna make sure I get my revenge on her.
Oh my God. Well, good times.
Andy, I think you could take her, Andy.
Hey, you know what? I would not mind. I'll do it for you, Dave.
This
is for David.
Hey,
that's
Dave. You want to talk about buys? You want to talk about pay-per-view buys?
I'm telling you, man.
Book it, LaGreca. Book it.
I'm sending it to you right now. I'm sharing it with you right now. I'm going to send you the whole clip.
Oh, nice.
You're going to have so much more respect for me, Annie, after you watch this. I'm telling you.
OMG.
Yep, it's pretty brutal. And then I'm going to Double or Nothing at the end of the month. My wife is.
Oh, you are going?
Oh, my wife's going to kill me. Between all the wrestling I watch, going to Buda, Texas last week, and it's the Memorial Day weekend, the first Memorial Day weekend where things are starting to open up.
I saw that.
And I'm going to Double or Nothing. Oh my God, my wife is going to. By the way, speaking
God.
of my wife, because to do a little self-promoting here, Andy said at the top, obviously, SiriusXM, you can listen to Busted Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to noon.
Mhm.
But there's also the Busted Open podcast dropping on Sunday, and I hope you guys check it out. It's our Mother's Day episode of the Busted Open podcast on Sunday, since it is Mother's Day. So Mark Henry's wife and my wife get interviewed by Tom and Bully. So
oh my
Oh,
God.
I
I
watch
have
this.
to listen to that.
Oh, that's going to be good.
I
That's gonna
have
be
to
good.
listen to that.
And I can't believe it. And I wasn't present for it. I can't believe some of the things that some of the secrets that my wife unveiled in this podcast. I'm shocked.
Wow.
She goes there. So I am very, and I haven't heard it yet.
Were these things that you were like, edit that out, or you're like, fuck it, whatever, it's already been
No,
said?
I don't even know. Nobody.
Oh, you don't know.
Just say, like, everybody just like all they said is she spills the beans. She spills the beans.
Oh my God.
I am very, very interested about what she says on this podcast on Sunday.
Oh, that's awesome.
God. Well,
That's
David, thank you so much for doing the podcast with us. It's nice to hear from
guys.
you.
Yeah,
I'm going to watch this video. I'm going to send it to Vance as well.
Send it to Vance. I'll send you some pics and you tell me what you think.
Absolutely. Dave, where can we find you online?
I don't know, Google my name. No, just go to no.
That's what I always tell people. That's my line. That's my line. When people talk to me, I'm like, Google me.
I'm really bad with Instagram. My wife kills me. I'm like dormant on Instagram. I still haven't figured Instagram out. I'm terrible with Instagram. But you can find me on both at David LaGreca 1, at David LaGreca the number 1, on Twitter and Instagram. I'm very active on Twitter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Find me on the Busted Open podcast that's available on Spotify, Stitcher, Pandora, and Apple Podcast, and obviously the Daily Show that's on SiriusXM. And for anybody that might be watching this and listening to this in New Jersey, on Tuesday, May 11th, I'll be in Stockholm, New Jersey at this awesome show called The Wrestling Collector. And I'm going to be doing trivia. I'm going to be once a month. I'm going to be doing Tuesday night trivia. Wrestling.
Really?
That sounds like fun, actually.
Maybe I'll take a little road trip, Dave.
Dude, you should, man. Oh, we'd kill it. We'd kill it, Vance. It would be awesome.
Are there prizes? Because Vince is just gonna, or Vance. I said Vince. Vance is gonna try to wipe everybody.
Yeah, Hold on, I'm on the phone
with Brody Piper.
I got a lot of Dave LaGreca shirts I got to get rid of, so I'll be giving away Dave LaGreca shirts if you know.
Love it.
There you go.
Pictures,
David,
whatever you want. Whatever you want.
I got a question for you before you sign off here. So you're going to Double or Nothing. What's the next major event you're going to in the tri-state area?
There hasn't been anything announced.
Nothing's announced?
Yeah, like everything's on shutdown. Like SiriusXM, like I've been working from home. They haven't even announced like a date that they're reopening the studios or anything yet. Like
wow.
New York City is like a ghost
done, huh?
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. I know that on my show on Sirius, we were out for like 9 months because we didn't have a producer because they were kind of like trying to shut everything down. And then finally they were like, okay, we're going to try and get back in, but we're not allowed to have guests in studio, all these different stipulations. But yeah, we were shut down for a very, very long time. I was like relieved when we were able to finally do something because even though it's easy to do it from home, we don't have those capabilities because there's too many hosts on the same network that they would have to provide for. So it was just kind of
that's like too much. Technically, that's way too hard.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm hoping like supposedly September Broadway is going to open back up and stuff. So I'm crossing my fingers that come the fall, that thing like. You know, New York, man, it's such a big part of my life. For 20 years, I've commuted into New York City. It's like a part of me. It's hard to be away from it for this long. So
you haven't been to the city at all?
No, I moved. Like I'm far from the city now.
Wow.
I moved into the middle of nowhere. I'm like up in the mountains.
That's like Vance. He's in the middle of nowhere too.
Me. I got fucking bears on my Ring camera.
Dude, I got bear. Seriously, yesterday. There were bears right outside my office window. There was.
Oh my God! Hide the food. Don't put food outside.
There's a lot of bears. This is a bear season.
Yeah, it's bear season now because they just got out of hibernation and they're ready. They're ready to feast. But like,
is your wife feeding the animals in your yard though? My wife goes out there with
I
my
have to stop
future
her
wife.
from doing that. My wife wants to like, she's my cats, like all stray animals converge on my home. My wife likes to feed everything, you know? So like,
Cruz, I can't wait.
It's like a zoo
I can't wait till you're out here.
my house. So like,
it's crazy. I go from
we
LA
get
where it's just
together.
like the zombies.
We do need to get all together. Yeah, we do.
Cruz
We need
out
we
here
need
next month. I'm saying we do a little East Coast meetup.
Could do that. Possibly. I might be out there in the summer. Maybe. We'll see how things go. But
Vance, you're in Boston, Vance?
Yeah, I'm in Boston.
All
Well,
right, that's
I'm
not
outside
too
Boston.
bad. Like that's not too far.
Yeah, that's not far from you.
That's not far. It's like a 4-hour ride from me.
Oh, that's not bad. That's like LA to Vegas.
Yeah.
She's gonna do Salem. We could do a little witch trial.
Oh, Salem.
Yeah, I want to do a little
witchy. Woo, that's great. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, this is exciting. And I'm excited. My wife and I always go to Cape Cod every summer. We take like a week and go to Cape Cod.
Oh, that's so lovely. Yeah. That's so lovely.
So we gotta do a meetup. All right, I know.
Definitely have to do a meetup. Thank you so much, David. It's been great to talk to you. I'm gonna watch those matches you told us about.
All right, thanks,
you're the man, man.
I love you guys. It's good to see you back together again.
Thank you so much.
So good seeing you, brother.
Much love.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Heart out. Cruz, is this a thing? Do we do this now?
Oh my God, stop it. Who are we?
I want more Masked Singer than wrestling. Don't tell anybody though.
Wow, you heard that here, guys. Proof. You heard that fucking here.
We're amongst friends.
So Vance, going over goes vintage. I guess we're gonna kick things off with some of LaGreca's picks.
Here's what I'm thinking, dude. I'm thinking Cruz needs to watch some fucking death matches from FMW. Like Onita versus Cactus Jet. Let's get some crazy shit going.
I think this needs to be something that happens on Twitch. I think we need to do a live stream of my reactions. What say you?
Let's do it.
I think we should. I think it's going to happen.
Down. I don't think you know this, but here's the thing. When you're going over for life. That's it.
Thank you, Vance. Thank you for that. I really appreciated that.
Wow, that was so fun. I love Dave.
I love Dave too, dude. He's great. I really, you know what a throwback memory from earlier when you showed that picture of us when we first met him and fucking Mark Henry at the first ever Double or Nothing pay-per-view. I think that's going to be like our thing, man, until we can get to the next one. Although LaGreca said he's going to that one that's happening.
I can't believe it. He's going to fucking Jacksonville. I'd love to go to Jacksonville.
That's right, because it's not going to be in Vegas this year, obviously.
No, that's why. Like anything on the West Coast or anything out here, dude. Like we need to start.
It's going to happen, together. Vance. It's going to fucking happen.
We're all vaxxed.
Yes, and I will be fully vaccinated.
Go get vaccinated, guys, so we can have wrestling again.
Don't be scared.
I'm not too sweeting people.
Get that 5G
weird.
injected into your body, baby. It's worth it.
Hey, y'all need that microchip, yo.
I have better signals now.
When it's soft.
Tell you what. Vance, where can people find you online?
I don't know. You can find me on Instagram if you want to look at me and posting my fiance and.
Oh, but you guys are so cute, though. You guys are so cute, though. Go on.
But. Yeah, dude, like you catch me at Stevie Car Wash. That's the thing on Instagram. Cruz, where are we finding you besides fucking everywhere?
Just go to anniecruz.com and you'll find all of my links. To be more specific, anniecruz.com/links. Just click links, social media. When you get on there, it has all the things. My Twitch channel is on there. Resident Evil Village comes out today, so I'll be streaming that tomorrow.
Oh, I played the demo.
Nope. Dude.
Nope. Dude,
I played 7 in VR.
In my hand? Nope.
I played 7 in VR. That was fun.
Yeah, fuck that. I remember that whole stream. Those were good times.
Remember when we played that shit, Vance? Do you remember? You remember.
Dude, I remember. I still have nightmares. Okay?
You still have nightmares from that?
I wake up screaming, crying. My fiance is like, what's wrong with you? It's Resident Evil.
It's the grandma. She's haunting my dreams.
Big Daddy's coming. Big Daddy.
Oh God. Big Daddy. Oh God.
Cruz,
so
let's have everybody comment below Like,
if you're watching this on
subscribe, comment
YouTube,
below.
I have an idea. For those of you watching this on YouTube, comment below in the comments what cage match or war games match that you think, or death match that you think I should react to and watch on stream with Vance. Comment below in the comments below. I repeated myself there. If you're listening to this if you're listening to this podcast, hit us up on social media. We're at Going Over Podcast on Instagram, at Going Over Pod on Twitter. And I guess that's it. Until next time, guys, this is Cruz the Crusher going over and out.
And this is Vance the Violator saying, inject that shit, yo. Let's get wrestling back. Oh,
I love that you're back with Vance the Violator. Hey,
just don't tell my wife.